Hello, welcome back to Battle Spot Videos Things. This is a Paris Trap team. Now bear in mind, I'm quite low down the ladder here, so I'm sort of floating around 1500, sort of win-lose. So my opponent is not a hugely experienced person, but I wanted to show you this because it's a perfect example of how to Paris Trap. Turn 1, Mega Evolve. Turn 1, Mega Evolve. Yeah, and after the video, I'll talk a little bit about the team as well, and my thoughts on using it. After the video, at the end of the video will still be going on. So turn 1, Mega Evolve, Fake Out, and Paris Song is basically the way you do things. He Rage Powders, but that doesn't bother me at all. And there's the Paris Song. Now, if you don't know, Paris Song causes all Pokemon that hear it to faint after 3 turns, as you can see. That will count down. And Gengar, of course, has Mega Gengar has Shadow Tag, which prevents your opponents from switching. So, turn 1 is Paris Song, turn 2 is Double Protect. There you go. So, the safe turn. And the clock continues ticking. Switching out, of course, negates the Paris count, bear in mind. So, now we come to the rearranging. So in comes Politoed, that's eject button Politoed. I'm predicting he's going to be attacking the Gengar, you see. Starts to rain. Raichu Volt switches. Now I have a choice here. Do I bring in the Kingdra for the Swift Swim, or do I bring in the Gengar? You have to try and predict who your opponent's going to attack and what with. I choose to bring in the Kingdra, predicting that the Politoed's going to get attacked. Well, gambling really that the Politoed gets attacked. It does get attacked and can switch out, meaning that the Mega Gengar comes back in. Fantastic. So, the trick for the next turn is just to double protect again. However, my Kingdra's now asleep, so that's that complicates things a bit. I do go for protect with the Kingdra there, that's why he goes first, because I think he is the fastest on the field now anyway. Gengar does get the protect off. So my Gengar's at full health here, this is going really well. Zen Headbutt into Kingdra, and the Giga Drain also into Kingdra, so predicting that my Gengar is going to protect there, but I'm absolutely fine with that. Their Paris counts fall to 0, and they faint. They'd not attack them once. So there you go, that's how to Paris Trap. There's still a few more turns left on the battle. Infernape comes in, although in the rain is not going to be doing a huge amount of damage, and Azumarill, which will like the rain. I do get a Protector from Kingdra. That wake up was, I needed that was incredible. The Aqua Jet into the Protect, and another Paris Song, because now of course he can't switch, so I just need to survive for 3 turns. He does go for the Taunt onto Gengar. So next turn, he does get the Aqua Jet off onto Kingdra, but I'm not bothered about that. Now it really is just a case of waiting. Shadow and Azumarill, of course, in the rain, his special defense has been raised by 50%, although now it's gone down by a third, so I don't know what number it's on. No, it hasn't. It's stages, isn't it? So now it's just regular. As you can see in the rain, Flare Blitz doesn't do anything. And in comes Raichu. This buys me another turn, basically. I can just fake out. And he actually forfeits there. I spent ages trying to figure out who I was going to fake out, but I guess he knew what was coming. It would have just been fake out and do something else, and then double protect, and that was it. So yeah, that is how to Paris Trap. So thoughts on Paris Trap? It is bloody difficult. People sort of turn their noses up at stall, but stalling in VGC is really complicated because you have to predict what your opponent's going to do perfectly, because if you make a wrong move, they'll just capitalize on it because you're not doing anything to them, or hardly anything. The problem I had with this team was that I tended to be over-reliant on the rain for Kingdra to be able to mop up, and I was kind of caught halfway between stalling and sweeping. That did become an issue. Oh, the other ones on my team were Escavalier and... oh god, who was it? Who else did I have on my team? Oh, Togekiss. It was Togekiss, of course, yeah. So Togekiss was really cool for that redirection, but Fairy and Flying is such a dodgy type combination. It was much better as normal and Flying because it only had those 3 weaknesses, whereas now it's got 5 weaknesses. I know it's got the resistances as well, but those extra weaknesses are really annoying. Especially because there's so many steel attacks going around, Aegis Slash, Bishop, Scissor. Togekiss kind of lacks that sort of all-round bulk. It's got a lot in special defense, and you have to put a lot into defense to get it up to the same level, which means, yeah, it's still not quite there. It's not like it's, you know, sort of a hugely bulky Pokemon, and as I said, the type lets it down. So I need to change the team up a bit. I am tempted, to be honest, to use Wolfie Glick's team that he used to win one of the regionals, because that was a great team. He had Gothitelle on there. Now that's a Pokemon I want to use because it's really bulky and it's got Shadow Tag, so having another Shadow Tag user is really good, especially because Politoed also knows Perish Song, which means you're not completely reliant on Gengar. He also had Amoonguss, which is good for the redirection. It can tank hits a bit better due to its typing more than anything, and excuse me, it's also got Regenerator, so his Amoonguss had an eject button, so whenever it got, well, the first time it got hit, it would switch out and regain a third of its health. And of course the thing with Amoonguss is it has Spore. Now if you're trying to stall, putting your opponents to sleep is a great thing to do. So yeah, I'm tempted just to simply use that. He also had an Arcanine, which actually has the same moveset that my Arcanine from my regular team has, which is, I think it had Overheat over Flamethrower, yeah, Overheat, Snarl, Will-O-Wisp and Protect. Because of course if you're trying to survive, you want to reduce your opponent's attacks, don't you? So Intimidate does that, Will-O-Wisp does that, and Snarl does that. So I was watching some of his videos from the regional, and they, I think he bought Arcanine in the vast majority of them. So yeah, that is very useful. So I'm definitely going to be using one of them. I was considering as well perhaps using a Scizor instead of Escavalier and go more for the offensive Perish Trap style, which is where you come out, go all out offense at the start, knock out 2 of your opponent's Pokemon, and then as long as you have more Pokemon than them, then you can use Perish Song and they can't switch, and it doesn't really matter about Shadow Tag then. But I'm not sure. The more I think about it, the more I think I ought to just try using Wolfie's team and go for the stall. However, yeah, Escavalier, I've only used it in 1 match so far, but I mean it's very, very powerful. It's got a huge attack stat. The reason I like it though is because it's got Quick Guard, and the reason I think that is because if my opponent has, I say I could lead Mega Gengar and Escavalier, and then if my opponent needs Thundurus, they can, oh, I'll just taunt him and shut him down. I can Quick Guard, and I think that stops that, I'm not sure. But low down the ladder, I haven't really had a chance to test that theory, so I may just have to stick with Raichu and just fake people out instead. Or just not lead Perish Trap and knock out the Thundurus, that's the other thing. Probably the better way to do it. Yeah, the other thing is, if I use a Gothitelle, this is why I think I may as well just use Wolfie's team, because if I just try and shoehorn a Gothitelle onto my current team, I'll have too many dark weaknesses, and that means I will have to cover that dark weakness by having a dark resist, and Scrafty is of course a great one for that because it's dark and fighting and it gets Fake Out and Drain Punch and all of that. So this is why I think I just use bloody Wolfie's team, because he had, what he had, Mega Gengar, Scrafty, Amoonguss, Gothitelle, Arcanine, and another one. So yeah, definitely very fun, the Perish Trap. When you pull it off as I did in this match, it's really satisfying, but it needs a lot of work. I don't think I'm skilled enough to use it, that's the thing. But anyway, there is one more battle to come, which is from the same team. This battle, by the way, was against Kotoha, I forgot to say that. But I will see you in the next one. Bye!